Hashem, this is my favorite Rashi of the whole Torah. Baruch Hashem, Parshas Vayeshev, chapter 37, verse 1. Okay, so it says, Vayeshev Yaakov, Be'eretz Migurei Aviv, Be'eretz Canaan. Itani, grab a chumash, grab a chumash. Those are all Gemaras. So Jacob settled in the land of his fathers, in the land of Canaan. Jacob settled in the land of his fathers, in the land of Canaan. Now, Arik, oh, you don't have a kippah? But you have a hood. You have a hood?
Yeah.
You put that on.
Put
Yeah, that counts. That counts. There you go. There you go. But grab a chumash, Arik. Grab a chumash. No. Oh, Tani brought for you. Oh, this is why Tani's playing chess. Everybody else is playing checkers. Tani's so good here. So we're chapter 37, Parshas Vayeshev. Here, grab a. Okay, so who's that behind you? I can't even see.
That's my twin.
Oh, Eyal. We have a chumash here, Eyal. Yeah. You might be your twin, but you were here 1st. Okay.
We're always here.
Together.
No, I'm always like here with my twin.
You guys do everything together?
Yep.
Not
everything.
not-
A little bit. Sometimes. We
Take a chumash.
together. You know what I mean?
Well, one day you guys are going to go on dates. You're not going to go together.
Like tomorrow?
No, like with your spouse.
No, my spouse. Not yet. But I love eating dates.
All right, fine, whatever. Vayeshev Yaakov Eretz Migurei Aviv Eretz Canaan. Jacob settled in the land of his fathers, in the land of Canaan. This is my favorite Rashi. I'll just skip to it because Rashi only says later on. But I want to make sure that we get to it. Jacob settled in the land of his father's travels, in the land of Canaan. What does it mean? Here, I have another one for you. Stop. I have another kippah for you. Let me get it for you. Aiden, how you doing? How was your wrestling tournament? Did you come in first place? Wow. Wow. Right there, next to these. Okay.
I got a really big.
You got a big trophy. So did I. You see that tournament we won over there? Okay. Right. So Jacob settled in the land of his sojournings. Vayeshev Yaakov Be'eretz Migurei Aviv Be'eretz Canaan. So what does it mean Jacob settled? What does settled mean? Jacob settled in the land.
He stay there.
He stayed there. That's what you would think. But what else can settled mean? What else can settled mean?
Make a home.
Just repeating what he says? No. This is what Rashi says. Rashi says the following. Listen, Rashi says, Vayeshev, Bikesh Yaakov, Vayeshev V'shalva. Yaakov sought to settle down in peace. He said, I'm working so hard. By the way, it's so appropriate that this past Shabbos, over the weekend, there was a tournament of wrestling. It was the Shabbos of wrestling. Of course they didn't gonna win. It's the Shabbos where Yaakov wrestled. His whole life he was wrestling. And now he says, I want to retire. Bikesh Yaakov Vayeshev. He says, I want to settle down. I'm done. I'm going to go all day long. I'm just going to go golfing. That's my only thing I'm going to do every day. I'm going to wake up in the morning, and the only question I am going to have is, where am I going to eat dinner? Which restaurant? His whole day he was going to be settling down in tranquility. That's what Yaakov wanted. Bikesh Yaakov Vayeshev B'shalva. What happened then? What happened at that point? Kafatz alav, rogue Zosha Yosef. The turmoil of Joseph jumped upon him, and God said, "Is it not enough? Lo dayon with tzadikim. Tzadikim mevakshim leishe b'shava. Tzadik wants to rest in peace. Lo dayon with tzadikim Hashem esukon lamoma. But they're going to have plenty of time to rest in the next world when they're dead. You'll have plenty of time to rest when you're dead. In the next world, that's when you should rest. Not in this world. This world is not the time to rest. This is the time to work, not to rest. This is Yossi. This is not the time to rest. Yossi, grab on. No, gotta go get a chumash, Yossi. Go get a chumash. You know where they are. This is not the time to rest. The time to rest is in the world to come. If you want to rest, God will give you turmoil. If you're a tzaddik, if you're not a tzaddik, you can rest. But if you're a tzaddik doesn't rest. The tzaddik doesn't rest. What do you think about that? What do you think? What do you think about that? Just a tremendous.
Yeah.
No, I mean, the point is, everybody needs a little bit of rest every now and then. But the point is, the tzaddik doesn't want to rest. The tzaddik wants to work. One time when I was your age, the teacher said, somebody said, I'm going to do this over the weekend. He said, weekend! There's no such thing as a weekend. There's Shabbos. Then there's the day after Shabbos. Then before Shabbos, those are work days to still work for Hashem, to study Torah, to work for God. Not a time to just chill. Some Americans just sit back. 14 hours a day of football on Sunday. No, that's not the Jewish way. The Jewish way is lo dayon l'tzadikim. Lo dayon l'tzadikim Hashem esukan la'am olam haba. Is it not enough that they have prepared in the world to come? Plenty of rest. Now's the time for Torah study, mitzvos, gemilas chasadim. This is what the time is now. What do we think of this?
Amazing.
Right? Yeah, okay. So now let's go back and let's read this Rashi on the first. Thank you, Eyal, right? Yeah, Eyal. What? Yeah, I could tell. He's the one who came in first. Yeah. No, they both do. They're both great. Okay. So Vayeshev Yitzchak. Why does it say Vayeshev Yitzchak? Says Rashi, after the Torah told us about the Yeshuvah of Esav. Anybody here want to read the Rashi? Yes, you read the Rashi. Pasuk Aleph. Parak Lamed Zayin Pasuk Aleph. By the way, I noticed that a lot of people don't like to come Sunday morning because you want to get your rest.
I want to do that.
You got it. No rest. No excuses. Sunday morning, you wake up early. You know what time I got up to study Torah this morning? Basically, yes. Yes. I go to bed early so I can get up early. What? Yeah, you can wake up at 4. No. Go on, Yossi. Read. The last portion was talking about the settlements of Esav and his lineage, the derech Ketzara, in a short manner. Go on. They weren't treasured or distinguished. Go on. To explain how they settled and and then the account of their battles. Horishu or Tachori. So he did everything about Esav in an abbreviated manner. You know what abbreviated means? In a shortened manner. See, this is why this guy is going to NYU. Go on. Yeah, okay. Wherever you want to go is good with me. Go on. And so then it explained the settlements of Jacob and his offspring, B'derach Haruka, in a longer manner. Esav's manner was explained in a shorter manner, but Jacob's was explained in a longer manner. Go on. Sibatam. And Jacob's manner was explained in a long manner, all their turns of events. Why? Lefi chashuvim lifnei makom, because they are distinguished before God. Sheim chashuvim lifnei makom. They're distinguished before God. The arich bahem, to dwell. So the Esav, God just does it quickly. But Yaakov and his descendants, God goes into depth. V'chein atamotzeh, go on. So basically, I'll summarize it. That's why when Hashem discusses the parts of the Torah that are not related to Bnei Yisrael, it says them very quickly. Oh, I think your mother just sent me a video. I think it's, let's see what it is. Hold on, this could be good. No, I'm not doing that. Then, well, your mother wants me to go to some fundraiser, but I don't, for a very worthy cause. But here's the thing. I don't do anything. I don't like to leave because I have to do every single day a quota of the Torah I need to write. I do the shiurim here and I do Torah study, but then I have to write the Torah. This Friday, I'm starting my Torah for a chayal who was killed 1 year ago from Friday, Chafez Kislev, and I need to finish that Torah. I need to do it. That's what I do. I don't go. Other rabbis could go to fundraisers. They're very important, but I have to teach Torah and write the Torah. That's what I do. So I can't go running around to a fundraiser. Tell your mother. Yeah, please tell her. Tell her it's not that it's not an important cause, but my mission, I need to write this Torah for this family of this chayal. And if I go running around, they live in Chashmonayim, and I spoke to the father today, and he was crying, and he said that the Yortzeit is this Friday, Thursday night, Friday. He said that's the day we're starting your Torah. That I'm starting the Torah on Friday, and I'm going to write it. God willing, with strength, I'll have to do a page every day until we finish that Torah, Yeriah every day. That's and then I'll bring it to them. Yeah. You're gonna go to. I'm going, God willing, I'm going to go a couple of times. I have to go in February for Chasana, and then I'm going to write, when I go in February, I'm going to write in their home his Bar Mitzvah Parsha with them. And then once the Torah is done, I'll go back for the seal. That's what we're going to do. So the Torah takes me between 3 to 4 months to write, and then we go to check it. And the checking, those people, they're not.
And it's stressful. What if you they check and you made a mistake all the 3 to 4 months?
No. So I'm glad you asked that question, Aiden. A tefillin and mezuzah, you have to write Kisidron. You have to write in order. If you make a mistake, most mistakes can't be fixed. But a Torah scroll, of course, you can fix most mistakes. The Torah scroll has 304,805 letters. So an average Torah scroll, when they go through the computer check, an average Torah scroll has around 500 flags. That means they look at it closely. So you're talking about basically like on each page, there's around 1 to 2 mistakes. And, it could be like letters touching. You could scratch it away usually, or sometimes you have to erase the whole letter. You take, first of all, you take like a little, you take like a little razor and you scratch it away, or I have an eraser, a special eraser for parchment. It's thicker ink and it's indelible ink. It's permanent ink. So it's a special art of erasing. Yeah, you have to learn how to do it, but it's not hard. So, I mean, it's not that hard. I promise you, it's not that hard that every single person here could do that. I promise you, every single person here could do it. You should. By the way, you have to. You're commanded to by God. God says you have to write a Torah. It says it's the last commandment. What? You could sell it or you could keep it and give it to your descendants, which is much more important. Yeah, that's the most important thing. Okay. Not yet. But what happened? But we have upstairs that sometimes I wrote two of the Torahs I wrote are for people, and they said just use them here. So we use them all the time. Anyway, we go on. I don't know why we got into this. Because your mother's sending me texts. I have to stop the emails from coming in, so now I won't see them. Okay, so go on, Yossi. Ukishabo and Noach harichbo. So when God came to Noach, he elaborated. And also, I'll just say it a little quicker, and also 10 generations from Noach to Avram was shortened. It was abbreviated. But when it comes to Avram, he elaborated it. The mashal, what's it like? It's compared to a pearl that fell into the sand. A person feels the sand, sifts it in a sifter until he finds the pearl. And once he finds the pearl, he throws away the pebbles. Who's the pearl of Hashem, says Rashi? No, the Jewish people. The Jewish people are the pearl. And alternatively, what does it mean Yaakov settled? What does it mean? That there was once a flax merchant whose camels entered a town laden with flax. Flax is a plant. He makes threads. And the blacksmith wondered, where can all this flax be stored? He was jealous of all this flax. There was a certain clever man who said to him that one spark can go forth from your bellows and will burn it all up. Jacob saw all of the chiefs of Esav, whose names are written above, and he wondered, who can conquer all of them? Who can conquer all these chiefs of Esav? What's written below? This is the lineage of Jacob and Joseph. Joseph can get rid of all of them. As it says, the house of Jacob is fire, and the house of Joseph is a flame, and the house of Esav is straw. So Joseph could take care of all of the descendants of Esav. Okay, the next pasuk. Who's going to read the pasuk? Aiden, your turn. Pasuk bet. Shiva. Esrei. Zilpah. Yeshay. Right. So what is the next pasuk? This is the lineage of Jacob. Joseph was 17 years old, and he was roas achavatzon. He was a shepherd with his brothers. We'll see what Rashi says that means. And he was a nar. We'll see what that means. We just said he was 17. Why does it say he was a nar? And he was b'nei Bilah, b'nei Zilpah, the wives of his father. And Joseph brought a bad report to their father. What's going on here? What's going on? No, right. What does this mean? Aryeh, do you know what this means? Did you ever learn this in school, guys? You ain't never taught this to you in school, Tommy? Concubines? What? Yeah, that's what it says. He was the wives of his father. He was a nar with the sons of Bilah and the sons of Zilpah, who were the wives of his father. But really, they were his concubines. Why are they calling them his wives here? So what does it say here? Ve'ela told us, Yaakov, these are the offspring of Jacob. Rashi says, yes, you read. Pasuk, no, the Rashi, Pasuk Beis, the Rashi. These are of the offspring of Jacob, meaning to say, this is not all of the offspring. This is the story of the offspring. Go on. These are their settlings, their turns, until they came to settle. Because normally, Rashi's question is, normally when it says these are the offspring, it means it's going to list all the offspring, but it just lists Joseph. So Rashi's telling us this is not all of the offspring. This is the history. This is the history until they came to a settlement. What caused all of them to go down to Egypt? The following. This is the beginning of the story. Go on. Siba Rishona. What was the first cause? That Joseph was 17 years old. And as a result of that, Niskalgu v'yardu Mitzrayim. They went through a chain and they came down to Egypt. Pishuto Shamikrai. That's the pshat. You know what pshat means? Pshat means like the literal explanation, the literal reading. But Right, that's the literal reading. But there's a Midrash Agadah. What is the Midrash Agadah? That the Midrash says, Tala Katuv Toldot Yaakov Yosef. That Joseph was called the offspring of Jacob. Why? Because of several reasons. One, that the whole reason why Jacob worked for Lavan was for Rachel, and that was Joseph's mother. Number two, Joseph looked exactly like Jacob. Hayaziv u'ikunin shel Yosef domelo. Joseph looked exactly like Jacob. Number three, whatever happened to Yaakov happened to Yosef. Whatever happened to Yaakov happened to Yosef. This one was hated. This one was hated. Who hated Yaakov? Esav. Who hated Yosef? His brothers. This one, his brothers sought to kill him. This one, his brothers sought to kill him. Aren't those the same thing? But okay. And there are many such parallels. But does it say that they look similar? He had his look. But the question is, does it say that Yosef wrestled with anybody? Does Yaakov wrestle with somebody? He wrestled with himself. When did he wrestle? Yeah, not Paro's wife, Potiphar's wife. She tried to embrace him like Yaakov was wrestling. There was an embrace, so that's the same embrace. Okay, I was trying to be not explicit because I didn't want to be too explicit. But if you can't hop it, I'll do it. So basically, it's like this: Yaakov wrestled with an angel. So the angel, when you wrestling is a contact sport. You aware of that? It's a contact sport. So basically you grab it and embrace, and you're like struggling. So Potiphar's wife tried to be with Yosef, and she grabbed a hold of him. So it was like a wrestling. That's what I'm trying to say. You got it now? Aiden, have you hopped it now? You hopped it? Okay, good. Also, another meaning. Okay, we already said the next one.
Wait, and that's Rashi. That's you. For you interpret that.
I'm just saying there are all these connections. So then I said it. What's going on? What's the matter?
Did you create that connection?
Oh, I'm sure I don't create anything. I'm like artificial intelligence, where everything I've read in my life just pops out in some form. So if I say something, I just don't remember where I saw it.
But did you remember reading it? It's
No, I was saying I must have read it at some point, and now it's coming through. I did. No, I don't know if it's a known connection. I don't know. Why are you harassing me? You're harassing me. Aiden. Okay, next Rashi. V'hu nar. What does the Rashi say? V'hu nar Yossi. Why is he called nar? Bless you. Thank you. Why was we just said that Yosef was 17 years old? So why is he called a nar? Why is he called a nar? Because he was acting infantile. What was he doing? Metaking besaro. He was always playing with his hair, making sure he got the right hairspray in to get the curls exactly right. No. That's the next part of the verse where you talk bad about your brothers. No. Stop. We're not talking about Yaakov and Esau. We're talking about Yosef and his brothers. So stop. So he said he was doing Maaseh Naros. He was fixing his hair and he was fixing his eyes so that his eyes would look attractive, like he was coloring his eyebrows to make them look thicker. So that's what he was trying to do. Okay, perfect. And he was doing this with Bnei Bilhah and Bnei Zilpah. Why was he hanging out with Bnei Bilhah and Bnei Zilpah, the children of Bilhah and Zilpah? Because there were 6 boys from Leah, and Leah was the full wife, and so they were making fun of the children of the concubines, Bilhah and Zilpah, and he was bringing them close. And he brought evil reports to his father, and that's what caused it. What caused the He brought the evil reports to his father. What's the evil report that he brought to his father? What's the evil report? What did he tell his father? This is why, by the way, a sibling should never tell bad reports to his parents. That's going to cause problems. What were the evil? Anything he saw his brothers doing, he would tell to his father. What did he saw? He saw that they were eating limbs from a living animal, and he saw that they were disrespecting the concubines' children, and by calling them servants. And he also suspected them of sexual sins. And in all three of these things that he was doing to them, he himself got struck. He got struck down because he accused them of eating a limb from a living animal, and they took his coat and dipped it in blood, and they said a wild goat ate him. They slaughtered a goat when they sold him, and they didn't eat it alive. Means they slaughtered it. And because he said something bad about them, that they called their brothers slaves, he was sold as a slave. And because he said that they committed sexual sins, it said that Potiphar's wife tried to sleep with him. But why did Yosef just say these bad things about his brothers? Why did he accuse them of eating from an animal? So the explanation is as follows. Some say that they ate from the animal while it was still going through the death rattle. After you kill an animal, it takes a few minutes to die. So he saw them eating it, but that was technically allowed to eat. So what did he do? He shouldn't have said it. He shouldn't have been the snitch. And also, he was wrong. He said that they were eating limbs from a living animal, but they weren't. They had slaughtered it. He shouldn't have been the snitch. Only if you're worried about their safety. But just to get them in trouble, no. But if you're worried about their safety, like if you know somebody's like doing something that's very, very dangerous, then you have to speak up. But otherwise, you shouldn't be the one. Why should you be the one? Why are you the snitch? Right? Tani? What? Tani's not. Tani ain't no snitch. Tani ain't no. For sure, for your own safety. If somebody or somebody else's safety, somebody is in danger, yes, then you speak up. But if nobody's in danger, you don't speak up. And nobody's in danger, you don't let the police do their dirty work or do their job. Or God. It doesn't have to be you. It doesn't have to be you. But there's another approach this is what it says here. That they created an animal through Kabbalistic secrets, and that they were allowed to eat while it was still alive. So they created an animal through Kabbalistic. But now listen carefully, and this is what I'm going to say to you before we stop. You say, okay, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. They created an animal through Kabbalistic secrets, and the prohibition, the requirement to slaughter it doesn't apply. Why are we, Shmuel? What? None of this is relevant to my life. No, this is the most relevant of all. Why? Tell me why. Tell me why. Aryeh? Benjamin, you figured it out? Well, we're building animals. We're cloning animals. We're building animals in a lab. Do those animals require shlita? Do they require to be slaughtered? Are they fleshik? It's all right here in the Rashi. It's all right here in the Rashi. Rashi wrote this, 1,000 years ago, and people were laughing at him for 1,000 years. And now we see, he gave all the answers right there. Cohen, you can't just get the answer. What the? No. The answer is we argue about it. Okay, we dive in Mincha now. Yes. You had a question, Yossi? They created through human techniques, they created an animal. That's the point.
They created that technology.
Yeah.